friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to another video and welcome back to another weekly vlog. I am picking this vlog up right where I left off in my last video, so be excited for that because we have a lot of books still to read on my TBR. You guys know this month is a crazy month for pretty much everyone. Everyone is participating in a ton of readathons and the TBRs are just massive, and so I'm still trying to dwindle? I was trying to say dwindle and I don't know what I was trying to say. Tweedle. I don't know. I'm trying to I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to lessen, sure, my TBR this month. Oh, this intro is a wild ride already. So I wanted to share with you guys what I'm reading, what I plan on reading, and hopefully I can get through most of these books this week. And then after this, I'm gonna head off to work because it's almost work time. So the first book that I'm currently in the middle of is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I am about 60% of the way through. I have been enjoying listening to the audiobook on my way to and from work, as well as I've been reading the ebook and the physical book alongside of each other. If I'm at work and I have some downtime, then I'll read the ebook since I don't want to pull out a physical book. And then if I have time when I'm at home, then I'm reading this one physically. But I'm enjoying this so far. It's good. I'm really thinking that I'm going to love it when I get to the end. It's definitely one of those stories that takes a little while for you to get into and really get the meat and potatoes of what the story is, especially because the writing is super flowery and like over dramatic, I would say. So it's taking a little bit of time to like actually get into the story, but now that I'm in it, I'm really enjoying it. I love the writing. I love the atmosphere. I really enjoy the characters. I think that there's so many weird and quirky and fun things about this book that took, I'm sure, a lot of time and planning to make these characters in this book what it is. And there's also a lot of like thought behind this book. I know that a lot of people like really didn't love the aspect of like, I think it's the writing style that turns most people off because it's just really hard to get into. But now that I have a little bit more information about this circus and what makes it tick and how it's running the way that it is, it's so interesting, and the logic behind that is really, really cool. So I'm excited to finish this one. Hopefully I can finish this one rather soon because I do be really needing to get through the rest of this TBR. It's sad. So the books that I'm wanting to read this week, let's hope. The first one being Alessia and Atlantis by Natalie Lane. I really need to read this one. I keep talking about it. I really do. This is a physical read for me, so I'm going to have to spend some time and dedicate some time to actually reading this. I am going to stream this week, so I'm thinking this is going to be my streaming book so that it can give me a good motivation to actually pick up the physical book. I have a lot harder time picking up books without an audiobook. It just takes me like a lot of physical effort to want to pick it up. So that's my problem with this one. It's not that I'm not enjoying it because I am 26 pages in. It's just that I'm not in the mood to like just do solely physical reading. So that's that. I'm also wanting to read Heroin this week. Yes, this month. This week, and I'm hoping that I can get around to this one. This is a chunky book, and I've heard that it is quite hard-hitting. This does follow a teenager who gets in a car accident, I believe. And then she gets addicted to opioids, and then from there she gets addicted to heroin. So that's supposed to be a really hard-hitting book. This book, I don't think it's going to take me too long at all. This is Liar by Tate James, the second book in the Madison Kate series. I plan on reading this in one day, just one sitting, knocking it out, tabbing it, having a great time. It's a reread, so I'm not too worried about this one, but this is definitely on the roster for this week. And then finally, if I have time, I would like to pick up Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. This one is on my bingo TBR, so it would be really great to be able to finish this one. So yeah, that is my thoughts on this book. I am 100 pages in already. This is part of my pile of shame. I want to continue to read this one and I want to love it. But now that I've had it on my pile of shame for so long, I'm a little bit more apprehensive to pick it up. So that's kind of my thoughts on this one, but I've heard nothing but good things about the series. Hopefully I love this book as much as everyone else seems to. But I do have the audiobooks for this, so I don't know why I'm so like apprehensive. I've owned this audiobook for forever, and I could easily have picked it up anytime. But it's a chunky book. I still have, let's see, I'm 100 pages in and I still have like 400 and something pages to go. So it's not a small one in the slightest, but those are my thoughts for this week. Hopefully I can get through most of them. That being said, let's still look at my TBR and see how many more books are still on there. So all of those books aside, this is what I still have on my TBR. I will say that this book, Crown of Feathers, Wolf's Song, Perfect on Paper, The Inheritance Games, and Would Like to Meet are all books that are on my Phone's Reading Fun TBR, so I can't really read those right this moment because, well, I can't. That is from the 20th to the 26th, so not quite time to read those ones yet, but I still have Outlander, Ember of Night, Gathering of Shadows, Cress, and Blood and Honey that are not a part of those TBRs that I still need to read. And all of those pretty much are chunky books. So yeah, send help. I need help.
2 a.m. in the car playing our favorite song. Turn it up, windows down, we sing along. The summer night has just begun. The moon is bright, let's have some fun. Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. Calling sick in the morning, baby, don't leave.
Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to come on here and give you a quick update. I'm just sitting in the bedroom, honestly, for a change of scenery. You guys are always seeing me on the couch, but it's usually because my husband's in here watching TV or on his phone, some doing something, and I'm usually out there reading. But today he's out there cooking dinner, and I am in here chilling. So I figured I would give you guys my update. I'm currently waiting on a vlog to finish exporting so I can put that up for you guys to hopefully go up tomorrow. And then I did do some more reading of The Night Circus today by Erin Morgenstern. I am currently on page 356. I still have a good chunk of this book to read. That's how much I have left. I've just been like taking it like really slow, and I'm not rushing it just because it's such an like atmospheric book with a lot of detail, and I just don't feel like rushing this one, which is kind of slowing down my reading a little bit, but I'm hoping to read a little bit more tonight. I've just been relaxing. I came home, changed out of my long sleeve shirt that I wore to work because it was so hot, and took Bailey for a walk, and then I have just been relaxing. I just put some laundry in. I edited the rest of this vlog, and so now I'm just binging morning routines. I've been on a kick of watching strictly morning routines for the last like 3 days, so I've been watching that for like literally so many of them. I probably watched like 50 or 60 morning routines over the last like 3 or 4 days. So that's what I've been doing since I got home. Just put in some laundry, took Bailey for a walk, edited the vlog, and now I'm sitting down to watch some videos, and then I'm going to do some reading in just a bit. So that's my plan for now. I don't really have any more reading updates. As for The Night Circus, I'm still enjoying it. I'm still really liking it. We're starting to get into more of the climax of the story where things are starting to kind of unravel a little bit, and you're kind of seeing the fallout from that, which I'm really interested in, and I'm excited to get to the end. I also got my audiobook for Cress by Marissa Meyer in through the library today, so I think I'm going to start that one as well, just because it's a chunky baby, and I want to get that one read for sure. So that's my thoughts on that. That one's for my magical readathon prompt, I think, to read a sci-fi. I think that's the one I have to read for that one. So that's my update for now. I will check in with you guys when I have some more updates and thoughts.
They don't need to know we're out here wild and free. They say we're crazy, it's too much. And yeah, we're crazy, deep in love. Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go.
Hi guys, I thought I would come on here and give you guys an update on my reading since there's much to update. I'm currently updating from my car on my lunch, so bear with me, the AC is on, mostly because it's hot in here, so just gonna have to deal with that right now. But I have an update on The Night Circus, and the update is I finished it. And surprisingly, I can easily say this is one of my favorite books that I've read all year. And I didn't think that was going to be the case. I mean, I liked the book. I didn't absolutely love it. But this is one of those books that when you get to the end and you realize all of the beauty and the work that went into this book and the ending that kind of brings everything together and everything's confusing and everything's ambiguous. What is this shadow on this glare on my face? And like nothing really makes sense until you get to that last and final page and you're like, oh shit, it all makes sense now. And this was one of those books for me. And at first, I didn't think that I was going to absolutely love it. I thought it was like more like a 4.5. Still a really, really high rating. I really enjoyed the book. I thought it was very well done. And then I got to the end and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so masterful. Like, this is a masterpiece of a book. And Erin Morgenstern, literally, I don't know how she did it. Like, it takes some time to wrap your head around, but oh my goodness, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. It was so good. And this is definitely a book that's going to keep me thinking. It's a book that doesn't happen to me very often, but as soon as I put it down, I wanted to pick it back up so I could, like, read between the lines and figure out all the stuff that I missed. And I'm just, like, I'm so intrigued by it. And it was so well done. The writing was beautiful. The characters just have, like, a special place in my heart. And I just love the way that the story played out and how everything came together. And it was just so, so well done. So definitely high up there in my favorites of the year list. Really, really enjoyed it. Obviously, if you didn't guess, I gave it a 5-star. It was very, very well done. So I'm glad that I finally finished that today. I moved on to another book. I've just been listening to the audiobook while I work. And I'm listening to Cress by Marissa Meyer, the third book in the Lunar Chronicle series. And so far, I'm enjoying it. I'm about, I believe, like 20% in already. And holy crap, like, this story just, like, jumps right into it. There are so many things happening. I'm already on the edge of my seat. Like, I'm ready to figure out, like, how this is going to play out. This one is a Rapunzel retelling, and so I can't really tell you what this book is about because it is a direct spin-off of books 1 and 2. They just follow different characters, but all of the same characters from books 1 and 2 are still incorporated into the story, and so telling you what book 3 is about is a very large spoiler, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm excited to get to the end. It is a very chunky book, so it's going to take me a little while. It's a 16-hour audiobook, but so far so good. I'm enjoying it. I have about 10 more minutes on my lunch. I'm going to just chill, watch some YouTube, relax, and I will give you guys another update when I get home. Apparently this has become the new updating spot, my bed, but I figured I would give you guys an update while I'm here. I have been reading a little bit more of Cress, and I am now currently on chapter 21, page 181, so I'm a good chunk of the way. Can you even see my bookmark? A good chunk of the way through that so far. It's a 500-page book, so I'm not anywhere near the end, but I am 30% in already, so it's a quick read. It's reading so fast, and I'm still very, very intrigued by the story and where it's going and what we're doing. And I really like the couple in this one. This one follows Cress, whose name is Crescent. Everyone calls her Cress, and then Thorn, who is a character that we meet in book 2, which I really like his character. He's very cocky, he's very self-assured, but something happens to him at the very beginning of the book, and he is blind. They don't know if it's a permanent situation, but temporarily he is blind, and they are trekking through the desert together, and I just like their relationship so far. They're really cute, and he is definitely, like, the strong but silent type, and he likes to, you know, he hasn't been, like, complaining about his situation. He's been trying to, like, just push through and be there for Cress, because Cress is experiencing, like, a whole new version of life from her usual state, because she was Rapunzel, locked in a tower, and she's now getting to experience the world a little bit more. So I don't know, I just think it's really cute. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm waiting for my husband to get home. He's gonna get home and shower and change, and then we're gonna go to Crumble, because I found out that there's a Crumble literally like 10 minutes from my house, and I've been wanting to try their cookies for so long now, and I'm like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity to go try their cookies. I've heard they are fantastic. I think they have new flavors every week, and I don't know what this week's flavors are, and I'm going to be, like, happily surprised when I get to see them, but I'm so excited to just go in there and taste a beautiful, scrumptious, beautiful, wonderful cookie, because I've heard such good things. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But while I wait for him, I'm just gonna sit down and read and take you guys along for the ride. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I don't know how to vlog anymore, I feel like.
Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. This is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. Oh my child, I know you're hurt and you can't it's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good. I know you've tried so hard.
Good morning, friends. I hope you're doing well. I am just sitting down still, slowly enjoying my coffee. Ugh, I'm loving all the fall mugs. I want to get so many more fall mugs, but girl, I do not have the space for any more mugs, and I keep thinking that I do, and I just need to stop. But yeah, I'm slowly enjoying my coffee. It's getting cold now, so I should probably just finish it up. But I did do some reading of Cress this morning. I am now on page 292, chapter 33. I'm about 54% of the way through, so a good chunk of the way through this already. I am very happy with my progress, seeing as I just started this yesterday, and I'm hoping to finish this tonight. The pacing of this book is so well done. This reminds me every time why I love Marissa Meyer's writing so much, because she just has a way of pulling you into a story, and it just makes it so hard to want to put this down. I read Cinder in a day. I read Scarlet in a day. Obviously, these ones are bigger, so it's going to take me a little bit longer, and if I had more time, like at night, I probably would have finished it, but you know, I have life stuff to do, and I can't just sit around and read as much as I wish I could. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. Things have not stopped, which is so crazy to say because this has been so action-packed and so many things are changing and the board is constantly being reset and you have to like figure out how we're gonna get to the end goal of this book or this series since all of the books are connected. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue to read some more. I still have Winter to read, and I'm worried that once I get to the end of this book, I'm going to want to throw my TBR away and read Winter because I'm really happy to be back in this world. So yeah, I'm excited to finish this one up, but I'm going to pack my lunch and figure out what shoes I'm wearing today and get ready to go to work. It is Wednesday, I think. It is Wednesday, so we're almost halfway through the week, which is exciting. So yeah, I'm hoping I can get a bunch more reading done this week. Cress kind of threw off my plans because I wasn't planning on reading that one this week, but now that we're here, I'm adapting. So I don't know what other book I could read this week. Actually, I think I'm going to read Alessia and Atlantis tomorrow when I stream. I was going to stream today, but I have a nail appointment at 6, and I don't think I'll be back in time to actually stream, so I'm going to stream tomorrow, and during that time, I'll read Alessia and Atlantis. And I still have so many more books on my TBR. It's kind of starting to stress me out because it is the 15th today, so we're halfway through the month, and I still have a ton of books to read, so wish me luck. I think I'm also going to film a mid-month wrap-up. That's the first time I've ever done that type of wrap-up on my channel. Hopefully that'll kind of help bring the video length down, because I've already read, this will be my 11th book of the month, so if I do a full wrap-up at the end of the month, it'll probably be like 45 minutes, so that'll help bring the length down. It'll take some time to set it up, but I think that'll be worth it, so if I can finish this one today, then I'll film a mid-month wrap-up tomorrow and get that up for you guys sometime next week. I still have a ton of videos pre-filmed that I need to edit and get up to you guys, so I'm happy they're pre-filmed, but I just haven't had the time to edit them, and I've been so tired when I get home, so it's a whole thing. Anyways, I'm going to feed Miss Bailey over here. She's so tired, but she is refusing to stay in bed. She must follow me everywhere I go, so she's just been sitting on the couch, falling asleep. So I'm gonna go feed Bailey and then get ready for work, and I will talk to you guys later.
I know you've done your part. It's not fair.
Good morning. I was gonna say good afternoon. It's definitely morning. It is almost 7:30. I'm just about to leave for work, but I wanted to come on here and give you guys a quick update on my reading. I unfortunately did not finish Cress last night, even though I really, really wanted to. I got to page 514 at 10 o'clock, and y'all know 10 o'clock is not my bedtime. And 10 o'clock rolled around, and I was like, you know, I need to go to bed. I'm tired. There's no way I'm gonna be waking up early in the morning if I don't go to bed now. So, and I decided to put it off until this morning. So I'm gonna finish this one today, and then I do have the audiobook for Gathering of Shadows, but I think I want to try to focus on something that I can maybe complete in a day. So I think that I'm going to see if Heroin is still available by Mindy McGinnis and get a head start on this one, just because I think that I could finish this one in a day, and I need to catch up on my TBR. It's still looking a bit heavy, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books on my TBR, and it is the 16th of the month. So yeah. I need send help because I'm still struggling. And the only problem that I have with picking up Heroin right now is that it's not on my bingo TBR, and I am severely behind on my bingo TBR. So I know that I should probably pick up Skyward by Sanderson because I do have the audiobook of that already available. But I just don't know if I'm in a sci-fi mood back to back. So I'm just kind of like weighing my options, figuring out what I want to do. That's my goal. I want to try to finish Heroin today, and maybe I'll jump into Skyward after that. And then I will like balance A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows in between all of that. So I am excited for all of them. I'm hoping I'm going to have enough time to get to them. So that is my update for the time being. I will talk to you guys when I get off. Oh, I got my nails done. You guys saw a clip of it earlier, but I went for a very fall color, like kind of like burnt deep orange. I don't particularly love to decorate for Halloween, but I do love a good fall color. It does match. It matches my mug. Oh, I love it. I'm kind of sad that I did it so early because I kind of wanted this color for Thanksgiving, but the color that I wanted they didn't have, so it is what it is. I do love them. I'm very grateful that I get to go get my nails done. So that being said, I'm going to see if I have time to make some avocado toast, pack my lunch, and I'm gonna head off to work, and I will talk to you guys later.
You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this?
Good afternoon, you guys. I just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update on my reading. I did change out of my work shirt just because I'm about to take Bailey out, and so I didn't want to be walking around outside with that shirt on, and I changed into some tennis shoes because it is just, I'm not doing it. But I did want to give you guys an update on my reading because I did finish, I dropped my bookmark, I did finish Cress by Marissa Meyer, and you guys, I loved it. I loved it so much. I gave it a 5-star. This is definitely my favorite book out of the series so far. I know that everyone loves Scarlet, but I loved Cress. I loved Cress and Thorn and their relationship. I liked how things progressed with some of the other characters. And then some sad things happened as well, but I really like the characters in here. I like Aiko. She is the artificial intelligence. She's just so funny and humorous, and she's just so fun to follow, and I just liked the way these relationships played out much more in this book than I have in any of the other ones, and I'm just so happy about it. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 5-star. I highly recommend this series. It took me a little while to love it as much as everyone else seems to, but now that I'm into Cress, I'm like, I need to read Winter right now so that I know how this ends. And yeah, I also want to know the love interest for Winter because I don't know who she's gonna end up with. I have a suspicion of one particular character, but I don't really love him, so I'm hoping that it's not him. But that's my update on that. Okay, and then I have an update on Heroin by Mindy McGinnis. I started reading this one earlier today, just listening to the audiobook, and on my lunch I was reading along physically with the ebook, because I didn't bring the physical book. I didn't think that I was gonna finish Cress so soon. I ended up finishing it right when I got to work this morning, so yeah. Anyways, I'm on page 171 of Heroin, and this is heavy. This is a heavy heavy book. It's very deep. It's very hard to read, honestly. This follows the main character, Mickey, who is a very, very well-known softball player in this town. Her team is very well-known, and she loves what she does. She loves the sport, and she ends up in a car accident where she really, really tears up her body, her hip and leg in particular, and it's going to be some intense physical therapy, and she wants to get back in the game, but also she becomes very, very dependent on oxycodone, and it's definitely not a book for those of, or at least in my opinion, unless, I don't know, I wouldn't recommend this for anybody that is an addict or is in recovery. It's in a lot of detail, and it's very, very, very hard to read. Oh my goodness. And if I couldn't see how this wouldn't be triggering. Maybe you don't have any problems with that and you can totally read books about that, but this just seems so real, and it's very, very uncomfortable, but it's also really beautifully well done. And I'm really curious to see, like, when I get to the end, what the ending will look like and what it'll be. And it's already a lot of talk of, overdose and drug overdose and death, and there's been a lot of lying and stealing and a lot to get this character what she needs and what she feels like she needs. And there's a lot of excuses and justifications made for the reason why she makes the decisions that she makes. And it's very interesting. Obviously, I've never dealt with drug addiction, and so I can't really talk from experience on whether or not this is proper representation, but the way that it's written, it just feels like very raw. And so, yeah, I feel very uncomfortable reading it. So just if that stuff triggers you, I would maybe steer clear of this one, but we'll see when I get to the end. Anyways, that is my update. I'm going to go take Bailey on a WAOK. I'm going to pop my AirPods in and listen to the book while we walk. And I just said the word and she didn't lose it. She's not listening in context, I don't think. But I'm going to go now, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. I'm going to set up a stream. I'm going to stream, and then I'll check in with you guys after that. So, talk to you guys later.
Don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.
Good morning, friends. I hope that you're doing well. I am just coming on here to give you guys another update, another reading update. I streamed last night, and so I do have some reading updates on a new book that I have not talked about yet in this vlog, and that is Alessia in Alessia in Atlantis. Is it still too early for me to be talking? It shouldn't be. I've had a full coffee. Come on now. And I'm currently 94 pages into this one. This is a physical read. I don't have an audiobook for this one, so this is probably going to take me a couple of days because I'm a slow reader when it comes to physically reading. But I mean, I read 94 pages last night during the streams. I did start this over. I had started it previously back in March, and I read 26 pages, but I couldn't remember the gist of the 26 pages, so I started over from the beginning, and I read those 94 pages last night. I do want to finish this one relatively soon. It is on my bingo TBR, so if I can get this one finished, that would be great. This one follows Alessia, who is kind of curious about her heritage and her life. Basically, when she was young, her mother passed away in a boating accident, and her father died before she was born, and she goes off to this boarding school that's next to her mother's village where she grew up, and she specifically wanted to go to this boarding school in Scotland just because she wanted to be closer to where her mother grew up so she could figure out more about her parents and her life. And so the very first day of school, something happens, and she basically runs to this village town to basically try to talk to the cops about something mysterious that happened to her, but she gets so sidetracked by her mother's village, and she ends up on a boat that then sinks to the bottom of the ocean, and she finds out that there is a whole world of Atlantis underneath the ocean, and she is a member of this society. One of her parents was from this, I forget what it's called, this Atlantean city, and she is now granted access to this world now that she is of age, and she's going to start going to school here. And she's also trying to look and find more information about her father, because she finds out that her father is the one that was part of this Atlantean world. However, it is strictly forbidden by the Emperor to look for missing people, and she is not having any of that. She wants to find out what happened to her father, and she's going to stop at nothing to get the information that she needs. So far it's cute. I've gotten to the point where she figured out that it was her father that is part of this Atlantean world, and the rules behind looking for missing people, and the heritage and the history behind Atlantis, and how it got to be what it is. So it's very interesting so far. I am enjoying it. It's a really cute little middle grade. I think it's perfect for middle grade age range. And then of course I'm still reading Heroin by Mindy McGinnis. I am now currently on page 289. I have about 130 pages to go on this one. And man, this is so hard for me to read. We have graduated, as they like to call it in this book. And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I'm extremely uncomfortable. We've graduated from opioids to heroin, and they are shooting up. I hate talking about this. And I am extremely afraid of needles, and they talk about the process of giving themselves heroin in detail, and it's so triggering for me, and I'm really trying to push through because I want to get to the end and see like why everyone likes this book so much, but it just like rolls my stomach. And I'm just having a hard time with this one, unfortunately. I do think that it is really, really well written. And I've never seen a book, especially a YA book, that tackles drug addiction like this book. And so I think that it's a really, really important novel. And it's so important for, young readers to read and understand so they have a better understanding of how easy it is to fall into something like this. But it's just really hard to read. So I'm gonna hopefully finish this one today. Like I said, I only have 100 and some odd pages to go, and I am gonna be listening to this on my way to and from work, as well as probably pop in my audiobook while I work today. So I should probably finish this one today, and then if I do finish it, I know that I probably should start Conjuring of Light. I keep saying Conjuring of Light, A Gathering of Shadows, because I do have the audiobook of that, but I want to get a head start on Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, just because this one is actually on my bingo TBR, and I haven't made a lot of headway in that. I've made a lot of headway in the Bookopoly TBR, as well as the Magical Read Fun TBR, just not Skyward. Not Skyward. Yeah, that either. Just not bingo. So I really want to prioritize this one, and then this weekend I will also try to read A Gathering of Shadows. So that's kind of my plan for the rest of the day. It is Friday. Thank the Lord, TGIF. I'm so happy it's Friday. And we do have some plans this weekend, but hopefully I can still get some reading done. I have to clean this house up a little bit. So we'll see how much I actually get done, but of course I'll bring you guys along for the ride. So I'm gonna go get my shoes on, pack my lunch, and head off to work, and I will talk to you guys later. Hi you guys, I just wanted to come on here and share my feelings and emotions. I just finished reading Heroin, and I got to the end of the book, and I cried. Not because the ending of the book was sad by any means, but I cried because the book is so sad. It's such a sad book, and it took me all of that time to get over my own triggers as I was reading the book, to like sit down and think like, this is a sad story to tell. And it's crazy how in the back of the book the author was talking about writing this book and how you get prescribed pain medication by doctors all the time with no ill intent in mind, and just like that one pill, it's so easy to fall into a path of addiction. And it was so sad to read, and so hard to read, and so emotionally draining, but man, it was so well done. I couldn't even imagine trying to write something like this and putting all of that in there. It was extremely well done, and very, very, very sad. This book is riddled with trigger warnings, so please go into this with caution. Obviously, we're talking about drug addiction, overdose, and there's extreme talk of needles, which you guys know really triggered me, but if you guys aren't afraid of needles, it's probably not an issue for you, but it really was hard for me to read. But you watch this character lie, steal, cheat, throw away her relationships for drugs, and it's crazy how real it felt, because I've never had somebody in my life that I've experienced this, thank God, but it just felt very real, and I can't speak to the representation, but it did really feel very, very, very real, and raw. And so I haven't ran it through Copilot just yet. I just literally just finished it and kind of wanted to share my thoughts and my feelings, but I finished it. Very, very sad. It's definitely a book that I will never reread again, never, but I would highly recommend it if you are able to stomach it and you're able to make it through. I think that it is a book with a lot of merit, with a lot of feeling and a lot of importance behind it, because I think that so many people, you know, don't think about that when you think about, you know, undergoing a surgery and needing medication. You don't think about that as your first thought, but it's so common and it's so unfortunate. And so recommend it if you can make it through, but if this is not something that you think you can stomach, I would not recommend you read it. It was very, very hard to get through. But that's my thoughts. I'm going to take Bailey on a walk now. I'm going to make my husband get up and go with me, and I'm going to run that through CallPile, and I'll give you guys my ratings at the end of this week or if I have time to update you guys on the actual rating, then I'll do so. But I'm also going to get over the phone with Mike at 7:30 to do some reading sprints with him over FaceTime, and we're just going to chill and relax. So I will keep you guys updated when I know more, but until then, I will talk to you then.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Hi guys, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys a reading update. This morning, it's currently almost the afternoon. It's almost noon. I've been up since like 7:30. We took Bailey on a little walk down our trail by our house. We came back and did some cleaning around the house, so I'm just getting done with that. But this morning, before I left for the walk, I was able to read some of Alessia and Atlantis, as well as I read some of this last night with Mike over the phone. And I'm currently on page 176. I'm gonna be honest, I thought about DNFing this just because I'm not completely pulled in by the story. It's not that it's not good and the writing is good, it's just, I don't know, I need something a little bit more, I don't know what I'm looking for, but right now this isn't it. But when I pushed through some more this morning, it got a little bit more like fast paced and there's some more stuff going on, and I'm starting to understand the world a little bit better, so I think I just needed a little bit more time. But now I am enjoying it and I'm excited to get to the end, and hopefully I really enjoy it. I have heard good things from Mel. Mel also read this one and really enjoyed it, so hopefully I will feel the same as well. But yes, I am reading that, and then while I was cleaning, I picked up Skyward by Brandon Sanderson and started listening to the audiobook of this again. I did not start over with this one because I felt like I remembered most of the story and I didn't feel like I had to go back and read the first 100 pages. But now I'm halfway through the book at page 242, and I'm really enjoying this. This is definitely something that I'm excited for because it gives me a little bit of taste of Brandon Sanderson without having to read some of his adult work, which I am still currently in the middle of The Final Empire. Again, I stopped 100 pages in. I read both of these in the same month and stopped 100 pages in for both of them. But it's giving me an idea of what Sanderson's work is like without having to read his adult work. But already his character work is really well done. I really enjoy his writing styles. His battle scenes are really easy to follow, and I'm really enjoying that. And so this is really good. If you guys don't know what this is about, this follows Spencer, who all her life has wanted to be a fighter pilot. However, her dad was a fighter pilot as well, and during one of the big battles, he fled, and he's known as a deserter, as a coward, and so she has found it hard to get into a fighter pilot school due to the fact that her father has such a well-known reputation for being a coward, and her family got put into like a lower status because of that. And so she gets into flight school and she's really trying to figure out how to overcome her father's shadow while still being super proud of him as a dad, and she doesn't believe that he actually deserted, and so she's constantly battling the people around her that feel that he was a coward, so she's going to be as well. And so it's that story, but you also get like this found family between the cadets that are at the school, and you know, Sanderson is not afraid to, you know, get a little dark, which I enjoy as well. I love it when YA books just kind of teeter that edge between YA and adult, and I feel like this is a good balance between the two. I'm really enjoying it so far. I can't wait to finish it. Hopefully I can finish it in the next 2 days or so, because the Volunteer Reading-a-thon starts on Monday, and I have six books to read during those 7 days, so I need to be on top of that. So that is my update for now. I'm gonna go give Bailey a bath, and then we're gonna go to the movies. We're gonna watch Black Widow. It's been out for a long time, but we haven't had the chance to go watch it, and oh my goodness, my hair. And they are showing it at the movie theater by us, so we're gonna go do that, and then I think we're gonna go to Knott's Scary Farm tonight, so hopefully I can get some footage of that, but I don't plan on getting any more reading done, unfortunately, until I get home. Hopefully I can get some reading done tonight, but we shall see. Alright, that is my update. I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so change of plans. We didn't end up going to the movies. We're not going to Knott's Berry Farm. We are going to a comedy show. So I'm gonna take a shower and get dressed right now, but I spent the last like hour and a half filming videos, but I also revamped my intro and outro. So by the time this video goes up, you guys should be seeing it on my channel. let me know in the comments below what you think of the intro and outro. I personally love it. I really enjoyed making a new outro. I feel like it's definitely time for a change and a new version of me, because I've definitely changed a lot since I made those intros and outros, and I think that the new one really reflects that. So let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna go get ready. If I can bring you guys along, then I will do so. If not, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through, no limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Hey guys, I'm really backlit here, but this is where I decided to sit down, so we're gonna deal with it. But I figured I would give you guys an update on, ow, Jesus, Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. This is a heavy book, and that hurt. I am currently on page 339, so I have about 150-ish pages to go, and I'm really enjoying this. I really like Spencer. I like the characters that she is, you know, creating relationships with. I like Doonslug as a character. I think that Doonslug is really cool, even though she doesn't really say anything, but she's just a cute little thing to like see on the page. I like the AI ship that Spencer has become friends with and is talking a lot with. It's just a fun, like overall fun book so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's pretty fast paced. It's really easy to fly through. I've just been listening to the audiobook while I meal prepped for the rest of the week, and then it did some laundry as well. But we're about to head out to Fontana to go to a birthday party, and then we're going to hang out with Isaac's father and his sister, who's in town from Nashville to celebrate Isaac's dad's birthday. So that's kind of the plan today. I don't plan on getting really any more reading done, any big chunks of reading done at least. So we'll see if I'm able to finish Skyward today. If I can, that would be great, just because Volunteer Reading-a-thon starts tomorrow, and I really want to be able to start fresh for my reading slate for that week. But we'll see. If I can't do it, then it's not that big of a deal, but I figured I would give my best shot. But I'm going to finish meal prepping and getting ready, and we're going to head out, so I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Good morning, friends. I hope that you're doing well. I'm just coming on here to give you my last and final updates in regards to reading and close out this vlog. It is currently Monday the 20th. Happy Fall Into Reading-a-thon. It is officially Fall Into Reading-a-thon, and I will start that vlog right after this one. So if you guys want to stay tuned for that and all of the fun festivities that is Fall Into Reading-a-thon, definitely make sure to check out those vlogs. Also, make sure to go check out Clint and Mel's videos. They're going to be posting vlogs for this week as well, so make sure to go do that. But let's close out this vlog. You know, I'm not too upset with the reading that I did this week. I didn't do my, you know, book a day thing. I kind of fell off of that by the second week, but I did get some good reading done, some chunky books, some chunky books read, so I am happy about that. The first book that I finished this week was The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and I freaking loved this book so much. The more and more that I think about it, the more of a favorite it becomes. It is just so beautifully well done, and I loved every second of it. It's so atmospheric and beautiful and stunning, and you get to the end and it feels so worth it. I know that this book is very hard to get into and to read because it's not plot focused, it's not character focused, it's very atmospheric, and it really does focus on the atmosphere, and the plot and the characters kind of are secondary. But once you get into it and it's like you understand the meaning behind the book, it's just so like masterful. Oh, it was so well done. I loved it so much. I gave it a 5-star. It'll definitely end up in my favorites for this year. Highly recommend. If you can get through a book as flowery and lyrical as this one, I highly recommend you do so. The second book that I read this week was Cress by Marissa Meyer. I also really love this book. I think that it's my favorite book in the series so far. I gave this one a 5-star as well, I believe. Almost positive I did, but let me double check. Yes, I did. And I really freaking loved it. I thought that it was so spectacularly well done, and just like, ooh, excuse me. And I just found that the book felt short, even though it's over 500 pages. And I loved it. I loved the characters. I loved the relationships. I liked the character growth. I liked everything about this book from start to finish. And I'm just so glad that I read it. The third book is definitely my favorite in the series so far. I'm really excited for winter because this one left off on quite the cliffhanger, and I really want to know what the heck is going on. I need some answers. But yes, for me, the first two books weren't the best books in the series. I know that everyone seems to love Scarlet, and that's like the unanimous favorite of the group, but I have to disagree there, and I say this one's my favorite. But we'll see after I read Winter and how I feel about that. And the last book that I finished this week is Heroin by Mindy McGinnis. And this one was not a 5-star, it was a 4-star. However, it was really, really well done. It was really hard for me to read and get through. As I talked about at length, this book definitely has a ton of triggers. It's definitely a hard book to read. It's very sad. It's very harrowing is the word I'm looking for. And it's just so sorrowful reading this book because it feels so real, and it feels like this could happen to me or to somebody that I know, and it's really, really scary. But I think that it's an important book, especially for this age range, because we don't think about young teens falling into things like this, but it happens more than we like to admit. And I think that it was really well done on Mindy McGinnis' part for writing a book like this, a book that is so hard to write, and doing it with grace. So I enjoyed this one. Enjoying is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. I gave it a 4-star. It's 5-star material. It was just because of my own reading experience, I couldn't give it that full 5 stars, but it's a really well done book, and I do recommend it if you can make it through. However, like I said previously, if you are struggling with addiction or are a recovering addict, I don't think that I would recommend this book for you. It is just too heavy on the details that I think that it might be triggering for you. But you know, take that at your own will. What you know what you're capable of. I don't, so that's just my recommendation. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the 2 books that I'm currently in the middle of. However, these books are getting put on the back burner for this week because volunteer reading on stuff is taking precedent. But I am still in the middle of Alessia and Atlantis by Natalie Lane. I am 176 pages into this, past the halfway part. And I'm enjoying it. Like I said, was struggling with it in the beginning for a bit, but I think that's just because I'm reading it physically, and physical reading is not as easy to me as it used to be because I do rely on a lot of audiobooks now. So I think that just had to do with the fact that I'm physically reading it, and it took me a lot more time for my brain to understand the magic system and the world building and everything like that. But now that I'm in it, I am glad that I'm reading it, really enjoying it. It's a really cute little grade so far, so I'm excited to finish that. And then I'm still in the middle of Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I am on page 338. Again, past the halfway mark. Definitely excited to finish this. It will not go back on my pile of shame. I will just pick it up at the end of this week once I finish the 6 books that I have for the 6 prompts. This will be my next focus, and I do want to finish this one. It's also on my bingo TBR, so I really need to make sure that I get it done. So that is kind of my goal, but again, really enjoying that one. Love the characters, love the world building. I really like the fighting scenes. Sanderson does that really well, so enjoying that one. But that is the end of this video. I am so happy that I got so much reading done. Let me know if you guys have read any of these ones and what your thoughts are on them. I would love to hear your thoughts, but that is the end of this video. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And of course, leave any comments, questions, and suggestions in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Baby, turn it down like a sweet and ready. Go slow, keep it nice and steady. Know that you